Welcome to the Wellness Warehouse podcast. I'm your host, Tara Nee, or as I'm known to many, Coach T Nee. This is a podcast that discusses several aspects of mental health, total body wellness, and the benefits of having a good support system. And, well, so much more. As a certified professional, I will help you find solutions to common stressors while unpacking your past traumas and helping you form new positive behaviors. Can I ask you a quick favor? If you love the show and it's helped you, would you please consider giving it a rating or a review? It really helps give my show traction and it allows me to keep supporting others and doing what I love. You can tag the show on Instagram at Wellness Warehouse Podcast, or you can tag myself, Coach T Nee. I greatly appreciate your love and support, so thank you so very much. Hey, friends. So sorry it's been more than a few weeks since the last episode. Although back in August, I did record some content for you. I just wasn't able to share it with you. So I'd like to share it with you now. Thank you so much for continuing to listen to the show, support the show. I love you and I appreciate you. I hope you've all been well. I've been thinking about you. I've been rooting for you. I've been praying for you. And if you're not well, please reach out. I'd love to hear from you. So, on that note, I hope you enjoyed the upcoming content that I've provided for you. And routinely, I would like to try to have a podcast for you once a month as intended. So, thank you so much for bearing with me, and I really hope you enjoy this episode. Well, it's been a few weeks since the last podcast. If you listened to the last podcast, you will recall that I decided to move the podcast into once a month just because of some of the things I was dealing with in my life, and hoping that we would be able to bring someone on the show and have this show be of a little bit more value than I thought it was personally. And maybe it's been of value to you, and I greatly appreciate that. I hope it has. But I just felt like there needed to be more content, there needed to be more engagement with others, and really just providing you more than what I already was. There's tons of information out there, lots of other podcasts. I would love to think mine could be number one, and maybe someday it will. But at least there's content that I know is out there for someone that hopefully, if come across, you will find it valuable. So, over the last 12 weeks or last few months, we talked about common stressors. We defined what stress was, how do we get stress, how stress affects our bodies, how it affects our mind, how everything's interconnected. And we discussed individual topics like relationships, um, running late or being late, anger, frustration, lack of gratitude. We talked a little bit about fear or worry of the unknown, a little bit about loneliness, little bit about feeling burnout or just wanting to give up. And I know that for most of us, the last 18 months has definitely made us feel burnout or ready to give up, on a lot of things because so much has changed. And it is continuing to change. And as we are experiencing this new variant, we are also experiencing a lot more division, between each other and in our country, and actually worldly. So that is something I wanted to discuss today. Was just coexisting and diversity, because I just believe that it's so important that we really just continue to reach out to each other with love and respect. It's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to have different beliefs. It's okay to have different ideas. I mean, this is what makes us a diverse world, and it makes it such an enriching place to be when we can celebrate all of those differences. I really believe that we should honor and respect each other. If you don't agree with someone's perspective or opinion or stance on what's happening in our country or your country, um, in our world, it's okay to just love that person and respect where they're at. It's also okay to share your opinion. I think the worst thing we could possibly do is to continue shaming each other and just remember that we are all still together as one, and that this world takes all of us united, standing together to be the best possible place it can be for everyone. But we don't have to agree. It's okay to disagree with each other, but you have to agree to disagree, and really, really honestly, just celebrate your differences of opinions and beliefs. I know it's scary, and I think what happens is fear is stoked in many of us. And when that fear is initiated, or when that fear presents itself, the only thing you know how to do is to respond to that by saying, I don't know what I don't know, but that scares me because you don't have enough information. Or it's possible that there's a set of information that you believe that isn't the same as someone else's. And I'm not saying that your truth is the right truth or the wrong truth. And I'm not saying that my truth is the right truth or the wrong truth. But I know that everything we do in life, we are given a choice. We are given a choice on how we respond, how we react. Um, I was in a car accident at the end of June, actually June 28th to be exact. And I don't think that I've done a podcast since then, or maybe I did one that morning and then was in a car accident that afternoon. And it was the first car accident that I had been in since I started driving. And I'm just going to step right out and say I am now 45, approaching 46, and I have been driving since my 16th birthday. This is the very first accident as a driver that I've ever been in. And it wasn't a huge accident, it was minor. I mean, tell that to the car company I paid $8,000 to. But it was at a slow speed in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. And it was two vehicles, mine and the other vehicle, that did not see each other and collided. The reason I'm telling you this story is because the woman that I collided with um, couldn't have been a kinder woman. And I know it's because she made a choice at that point. She was startled, her vehicle was ruined, but she was okay. When she got out, she didn't scream and yell. She didn't overreact. She made her claim, and I made mine. We both ended up apologizing to each other for the lack of oversight on both of our parts. Um, before we left, we actually ended up praying together. She was not injured, nor was I, or my 17-year-old daughter, who was with me as a passenger. But at that moment, both myself and the other driver had a choice. We had a choice on how we responded to that situation. And because of the way we responded, I believe it was less stressful for both of us. And I just want to remind you that even in some of the most challenging situations, it's about how you respond. And I think our souls are part of our body, and we are here as spiritual beings experiencing the human experience. And the human experience is about connecting with others. And again, I wanted to talk about coexisting and diversity. So I just wanted to start with that. I wanted to open this up with that because I believe that we are all equal and that we should honor and respect each other's differences, opinions, and beliefs. Um, we are connected to each other in some way or form. We are all connected. Our bodies are the homes of our souls, and our souls want to connect with others. And I don't want to get too much into religion. I will be proud to say that I am a Jesus follower. I am also proud to say that I believe in loving thy neighbor and that all of my sins, past, present, and future, are forgiven. And that is how I move forward. And I want to love my neighbor. And I want to live in a world where people set intentions to be kind to others, in a universe where I make the world a better place, where my actions can influence someone else to have a better day or to help them through a situation. I want to see this universe as a place where we can evolve. And I think it honestly starts with us. And so Talking about coexisting and diversity leads into this fear that we have to control everything. And if we don't, if we're, we can be overprotective and over analytical, and that manifests anxiety. That can also manifest that anxiety can also turn into depression, can turn into enhanced fear. I think it's really important that we're practicing healing, self care, and wellness, and setting intentions, putting out a call to action to be the heart of the world, the heart of the universe, and to make this world a better place. So, on that note, let's talk a little bit about what diversity is and some things that we can do to enhance our current situations, to raise our awareness, take a look at where we're at in our life, and find out how we can how we can affect change, how we can be better people contributing to the world, to the ways of the world, rather than submitting, being contributors. You are entitled to your own opinion, but I think we should also err on the side of kindness, where you can say to somebody, I don't believe in what you believe in, but I love and respect you enough to let you believe that. People are worried about the way our world is going, and I do see the validity in that. I also feel so strongly about trying to work together for the greater good. Let's just have ideas. Let's just have faith. Let's have these ideas and these faith that things will get better, that we can continue to love people. And I think we need that. So I ask you, what is your definition of diversity? Does diversity mean having a range of individuals with various racial, ethnic, socioeconomic backgrounds, various lifestyles, experiences, interests? I believe diversity does encompass backgrounds and perspectives from ethnicity, race, geography, political beliefs, sexual orientation. There are 4 types of diversity that I know of: internal, external, organizational, and worldview. And I believe that today I really wanted to talk about worldview and socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds and lifestyles, interests, perspectives, political beliefs. Um, I didn't really want to get too much into ethnicity and race at this point in time, though I know that is a incredibly important topic that at some point I will get together with someone who is different from my race, and we will discuss some of their cultural challenges. We'll discuss their cultural background and their perspectives as compared to possibly my own, which was different. Or I'll have a couple different guests on. But for now, I really wanted to talk about diversity in the worldview, and how we can use our diversity to bring new ideas and experiences to each other, and to bring love and to enrich each other's lives, and how we can learn from each other rather than alienate each other or place blame or shame on each other. So, coexisting in the world today, I believe that peace is a fundamental component of community development, personal growth, and the survival of our planet. I've got some information from a blog, or I should say, I've extracted some content from a blog that I had read back in 2018. This was before the effects of 2020, but for the importance of the need for peaceful coexistence still existed in 2018. It probably existed in 2010. It probably existed in 2007. But we do have a need for peaceful coexistence, even more today than we did yesterday. At the heart, and I'm just going to read a little bit from this blog. At the heart of every faith, community, and culture lies a need to advance peaceful coexistence, to enhance productive, meaningful, and sustainable societies. Peace underlies our quality of life and the fabric of our communities. And as our weaponry becomes even more powerful, our very survival as people on this planet depends on it. I know that was a little wordy even for me. Today, the world faces all types of different conflicts, from terrorism to catastrophic loss of property and human life. This causes disruption in communities, in nations, in religion. And we can just come out and say COVID-19 and the last 18, 19, 20 months now, whatever we're working on, has caused disruption in our communities, in our nations, and through religions. It is hindering peace. These core issues are driving or they're supporting conflicts. They're supporting extremist actions, intolerant thought processes, violent narratives, and just negative attitudes. But we're enabling that type of environment to spread rapidly when we don't work together to coexist. So, what can we do to give ourselves a sense of peace and to stay mentally well, healthy, mind, body, and soul? I believe that we have to have the willingness to change, that we have to have the willingness to reach out for support, that support has to enable or include good habits. It has to include the mind, the body, and the soul. That means good choices, positive choices for our minds, for our bodies, for our souls, for others. You know, feelings are feelings and they're not always the truth. So we can have these feelings about something we don't agree with. And that doesn't mean that that feeling is the truth. It is a feeling, it is an auto response from our body telling us that something we don't understand, something we're afraid of, something we aren't connected with. And that stokes continual fear because you don't know what you don't know. But I want to remind you that you can discover these things within you. I want you to care about your body. I want you to care about your mind. I want you to care about other people. And I want you to live a full life. You can always reprogram how you're feeling. You can always reprogram behaviors that you want to change. You have the capability to do so much. You can heal your own life, mind, body, and soul. And I want to support you in doing that. I want to help you raise your vibration, increase your energy, connect deeper with others, have more relationships, be closer to God or Jesus or whoever your creator, divine creator is, or you believe him to be. I want to help you do that. I want you to know that I think of you as an equal, and that whether it's psychology or yoga or meditation or prayer or some type of training that you're doing, that you are seeking self development, that you are seeking out how you can be a better person and how you can contribute to this world to make this human world a better place. It takes time to develop habits. I understand that. And I know this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. But if we want to coexist, if we want to celebrate our diversity, then we are going to need to take the time to develop those habits, those positive habits. And those positive habits will, over time, change us. We're going to have moments of adversity. I understand that too. And I agree that that's something we won't be able to avoid. But with the tools, if you have tools you can use, you can snap back, you can learn to recover, you can learn to increase the energy in your body to be able to spiritually connect with others and increase your overall health and wellness. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Wellness Warehouse podcast with your host, Coach Teeny. That's me. I hope I've left you with some valuable content today. And as always, I value your suggestions and feedback, so please leave a comment in the box below or contact me directly at wellnesswarehousepodcast@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Instagram at Wellness Warehouse Podcast. Don't forget to like and follow the channel. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Until next time, friends.